Hi guys. So today I wanted to go back a bit and go a bit old school and kind of go back to the basics for you know, card making and sort of some different ideas on different shaped cards, stuff like that. So I've got 4 pieces of cardstock. Oh, can't see that. 4 pieces of cardstock, and I'm going to run through a couple different things. Most of you probably already know this or know how to do this, but I thought for anybody who's new to it, anybody who wants some new ideas for card making, some different styles of cards, I thought I'd show you 2 of those today. Very easy to do. Typically, if you already have one, or you are thinking about a sort of a craft tool, a Crafter's Companion Ultimate Pro, sorry, is probably a really good idea, because that will give you all the really basic ideas behind this, and they're really, it's a good tool to have, and I've still got mine and I still use it. But because I have cut my card now to 8 inches by 5.5, it works for sort of the metric system on there, whereas I cut mine to a different size. But this is just to show you that you can still do the same types of cards. So I've got 2, like I say, 4 pieces, 2 different colours, and I think I'm going to start with the lighter one. So on the longer edge, I'm just using a score buddy here, but you can use any scoring tool. Now this measures 8 inches across, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 4 inches. Is this the one I want to do that? No. Rewind. I want to score this at 2 inches on this side, and then I'm going to flip the card around this way and score it at 2 inches again. I could have, if your board's big enough, I could have actually scored it at 6 inches. So, you know, either way, just move that out of the way. And all I'm going to do is fold over each side that I've just scored. And oh, they should, in theory, somewhat meet in the middle. I hope you can see this, the shadows. And that is how easy it is to create a gatefold card. So that's the basics of it. And then obviously, if you know how wide this panel is, you can then start to create the layers to go on top of it. Ta-da! Really easy, right? But just a little bit different to your regular card that you would, I'll show you, the regular card that you would just score in half and fold. Just a little bit of a different shape. It's the same size as your regular cards, but it's just a different shape. So I thought that'd be quite cool to show you guys, especially for the new people out there. You know, wicked. Oh, another idea with this is that when you go to put something on the front, if you just remember, because I have done this, when you're sticking, say, a topper across the middle of this section, make sure you're only sticking it on one side so that you can still open the card. I have stuck a card together, people. So, yes, indeed. So, on the second one, I'm going to, again, same size cards, 8 inches by 5.5. So I'm going to again butt it up to the middle here, and on this one I'm going to score it at 4 inches, so in half. That way you've just got your regular type card. And fold that in half, as you do. Make sure it's somewhat straight. So there's your standard card, and just to show you, this is the same size. So here's the gatefold, here's the regular one, and they are the same size. Yeah. So part 1 is that. The next part, again, same size card, 8 inches by 5.5. I'm going to score this one at 4 inches. And I'm also going to score at 2 inches. And you can either flip it around like we did the previous card and score it 2 inches again, or you could score it at 6 inches. If it's an even number, you know, it's easy to work out, which is why I love this system. But obviously if it's you know, whatever length it is, as long as you can equally divide it, then that's what you want to do. And you'll end up with 4 panels. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the score lines here, but there's 4 panels across here. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to fold it in half. Ooh. There's my little bone folder. And then you're going to fold these guys back. So each panel is going to be folded back on itself. And if you've noticed, I use the edge of the board to butt the card up against, so that it makes it a little easier to get the card to do what you want to do, or what you want it to do. Makes it a little easier. So basically you'll end up with this M or W. Oh no, that's not a W. M. Oh yeah, it was, or W. Anyway, the bit that you want is the bit that's sticking up in the middle, so the mountain fold. So this bit here, this is the part that's actually going to be the bit that we're going to work on next. So if you just put that to one side, I will show you the next part. Right, I do have a spare piece of card here because I cut 4 pieces. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring a what's it called? I'm going to bring my Big Shot in. Hold on a second. This big massive thing just about fits in frame. So I'm going to die cut a centerpiece out of, so where the mountain is here, on this middle section fold, I'm going to put a piece, put a die on there to die cut that little section out. So for this, I'll just move this over like this. On a Big Shot you need tab 2. So tab 1 is actually underneath, but you need tab 2 for your thin dies. And it's got the instructions on you on how, what your layers or sandwich, that's what it's called for those who don't know. It's called a sandwich, so you're basically building up a layer, layer upon layer, to be able to send your die cut through. Oh, your dies at least. A little bit noisy. So I've got base plate, there's 2 of these here. I don't know that I can get this any higher. Well, that sort of works. So I've got that guy there. And then I'm going to take my die, and I'm using Spellbinders Labels 5 for this. I don't know which one's going to fit. Let's have a look. So this is basically what the die, a thin die, looks like. It is just a thin piece of metal. That bit's going to be too big. Too big. Oh, come back. Come back. Right, so I've got my die, and I'm going to do this the other way around. You can use either of the cutting plates, it's just I'm a bit funny. I'm a bit fussy. Right, so where you've got your mountain fold in the centre, you're going to line up your die face down and centralise it. Now, if you're anything like me, you kind of want it to be as central as possible. So you could use some washi tape just to hold it in place. Any washi tape will do. Or if you've got like a really low tack tape, although that didn't even peel up probably. If you've got a low tack tape, you can use that too. And if it's too sticky, just run it across yourself, your hands or in your clothing, just so that it's really, really got very little stick on it. Because what you don't want it to do is to suddenly tear your paper when you afterwards. So then we're just going to carefully put the top plate on. So this is the sandwich, right? So it's sandwiched between the two plates. I'm just going to roll it through. Seriously? Oh, the English in my language is not good today. And basically, this is what you'll end up with. Yes, a big hole in the middle of the card. But just to show you the hole, if you like, is where that mountain piece is that I was talking about. Oh, I didn't even think, I was so busy lining it up in the middle I didn't think about the rest of it, but it lined up alright. I think we're okay. Right, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to put this guy, the platform, it's called a, what is it called? Multi-purpose platform. I'll put that to one side because I actually want some decoration now for the centre of that piece, that piece of the card. So I'm going to use a Sizzix die, which is a Basic Shapes, oh, can you see that? Basic Shapes Big die, and I want, this is where this other piece of cardstock comes in handy. I'm just going to let it cut all of it. I don't need all of it, but let's just do it anyway. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And again, put the cutting plate on top and just run it through. So that's the sandwich for your big dies. And then look at, oh, all these pieces falling. Loads of little pieces. I'm just going to chuck them in that little guy. Where's the main, oh, there she is. She. But I've got this cute little butterfly. Oops. That I thought would be kind of neat to put in the middle. Now this isn't a card that I'm gonna, I mean, you've also got the hearts as well, so you could, oh, we could do that. I just thought something we could do with that actually. That might be better. Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do, oh, I'm going to get all of this out of the way. Move that out of the way now. So now you've got your base card. Ta-da! You've got this central bit. Oh, I cut this in the wrong colour. Oh, never mind. Oh, actually that's a bit big for there. So we are going to use the heart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to if I can find it. I'm going to get some washi tape and a bit of, you can use string, you can use what's this? This stuff, twine. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. It escaped me. It escaped me and I can't get it off. Ah. Oh no. Right. So, obviously don't need a massive piece, but I'm just going to grab this. Get that clip off. Get off. And what you're going to do now, there's two options, well there's loads of options, there's a few options here. One is to put this in the centre, and at the back of this, in fact if I turn this over I'll show you, the back of this, if you have your piece of string or twine or whatever you're using like this, you see that, twine's there. What you could do is have two of the same shape, just make sure that you obviously put them back to back the right, you know, if they're like a slightly off, like this isn't quite symmetrical, just make sure you've got them back to back in the same direction so that they line up. but you could have one on this side and one on the other side, and it'll kind of spin between the thread, right? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have it hang from here. Oh, in which case I probably need a second one of these anyway. But I'll just show you the idea, because that's all this card is really. So what you want to do is secure your tape. In fact, let's just do the one I was talking about. So if you were just going to have this on there, it would just dangle. Dangle, dangle. I think what I'm going to... No, I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of thought this through. Not completely, obviously. Oh, I want this way. That's kind of cute. So, here are the two options. One, you could have just a piece like this, where it would just literally hang in the middle. I can't get that angle right. And when the card's open, you'll just see it hanging. Or you could do what I'm going to do now and actually tape the second piece to the back. Oh, sorry, not the second piece. Tape the string to the back. And that way, and it will then twist around like so. So we're going to leave it like that. Right, let's go. I'm talking too much. So what you want to do is you want to put your adhesive on the panels, right? And what I'm going to do is bring the arm. There's an arm moment. Bring your card in. Use the edge of the. Let me do it this way. Use the edge of the board to, you know, butt up against, and then do the same with the panel that you've just put adhesive onto, and then swing it round. Do the same thing, butt that edge up, and I can't do anything in the corner, but it's just to help you line it up so that, you know, you get it lined up as best you can. And then look at that. Oh, upside down. There's your little dangly heart in the middle. That's what I say, if you've got one on the back, then it'll make it a little, doesn't matter whether it's flipping and flopping all over the place. But that's the basic idea anyway. And then look at that, isn't that cute? Ta-da! Ta-da, ta-da! So that's that card. Don't forget there's the gatefold card, very simple. And what I was saying about the over the edge bit, make sure you only stick something to this edge and not to the entire card, otherwise you won't be able to open it. So you would only stick it to part of the card, if that makes sense. So yeah, so there you go guys, two very easy but kind of cool shaped cards that would make really cool, cool's obviously the word today, would make very interesting cards for your friends and your family. So yeah, and obviously you can decorate to your heart's content. I just wanted to show you the technique so that you had that as a base to go back to. I think sometimes when we've been crafting for many years, like I have, you tend to do the same thing all the time, and it's nice to kind of get some new ideas or go back to the original reason you got into crafting. I think that's always a really good thing to do. I often forget about the stuff that I did right at the beginning, which is actually stamping, which I still do and I still love and I'm obsessed with, like any crafting, but it's some of the sort of more simple, basic kind of techniques and things that I forget about, because I'm always trying to find the latest thing or use the latest thing. So so yeah, I just wanted to take you back to kind of the basics, especially for anybody who's new. This will give you some good, well, hopefully good understanding of a couple of card techniques. So so yeah. So if you like the video, please click on the thumbs up. What am I trying to say? Give it a thumbs up. And that lets YouTube know that you want to see more from me. Have a great day, and if you've got any questions about the techniques, or you want to see a different kind of technique, if I don't already know how to do it, I will make a video on it. And if I don't know, sorry, if I know how to make it, I will do a video for you, and if I don't know, then I will find out for you and let you know. And I've just realised this is slipping out already. Oh dear. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so I will speak to you guys soon. Have a great day, evening, whatever you're doing. Keep crafting. Be kind, always. And I will check you guys later. Bye!